so let's see, standing in front of one of the panels from the show, which is Xeroxable Wall Patterns. Asked different artists to make repeating patterns that can be copied on an 11 by 17 Xerox machine. So each one of these patterns is an 11 by 17 panel that's been cropped and then pieced together to the next panel, to the next panel, to the next panel. In this case, the artist is Hermione Williams, and she did one. It's like called "If Walls Could Talk," and they can. This is what they say, and they do. And it's ho hi he ha, ho hi he ha, or some variation of that. And then the show's done like as a book, so that each person can purchase the book, copy the patterns themselves, and install them wherever they may choose to. So it's kind of a copyright-free project for TV. This is Gina Tibbet. She used these kind of like series of kind of objects. She does a lot of things that are based on archaeological digs and marking and such like that. So this is kind of the most formalist maybe of the show. Okay, this is Kay Wong. This is a pattern. Basically, this is kind of like roller pattern that she does. It's called a caterpillar. They do these little hand rollers, and you know, just kind of continues in these like stripes. Becomes this hairy moving process. This one needs to go outside on a really big wall at some point. Okay, this one made this pattern. It's a variation of, well, it's actually a Xerox off of a security envelope liner. And it's just been like kind of modified and adjusted in size and such, and flip-flopped so that it becomes the pattern. By Nickel and Knight. And you know, once again, it's the same single pattern in there, repeating over and over again, and it's kind of just this like, you know, variation on hair. The world's largest hairdo, potentially anyway. Okay, this is Jeffrey McGrath. And he does these very kind of simple like line drawings of things. So this is like these, you know, two baseball gloves, 5 candles, and a tooth connecting each series of panels. I don't remember what the exact details of it were, but it was something like with fire and like protection of hands and various other things like that. And this pattern's by Andrew Lang. It's actually a square instead of a rectangle, and it's you know, an infinite panda bear. So eyes, ears, nose, mouth, going in all 4 directions. What more can you say? It's cute. Okay, so pattern's last line of defense, right? I think that's the title of it. Michael Magnan did this. It's a little different than a lot of the other ones. It's still using the 11 by 17 Xerox, but it's, each Rambo is cut out on his outer edge and then placed, you know, hip to gun up the wall. Michael actually is kind of one of the like young masters of Xeroxable wall patterns. He's been doing like a lot of variations for a number of years. He's actually somebody whose work I've been watching, and this is pretty much what he does. This is the conspiracy theory section. So you have like Rambo as the last line of defense here, and then over there you have this very intricate pattern that's the speak up. Very intricate pattern that's the World Trade Center floor plan. And on this wall you have the dinosaurs eating cars, which I think has some reference to like, you know, fossil fuels and such. I'm not sure. And then to the far end of it, which is a little out of the distance, you have the, you know, 57th generation American flag, which is a Xerox of a photograph of an American flag, 57 Xerox generations removed from the original photo. This is a day Duresi, and basically it's just this comet shape, you know, over and over again, you know, simple one-eyed comet, and then it's kind of spiral shape. The break this time is a horizontal clip, and you'll notice a nice, like how she has the tails go to the next page, so you know where they are. This pattern is by Bruce Willen, who's one of the members of post typography, and it's a American flag Xerox It's called 57th generation American and 52nd, one of those. 51st generation American, and it's Xerox. So it's 51 Xerox generations removed from the original photograph of the flag. So each time it goes blacker, a little blacker, a little blacker, and this is new. Yeah. So this is Theo Rosenblum, who's an artist working out of New York, and obviously mouths and eyeballs and some fur. The joints are in the middle of the mouth, so the mouth is actually a four quadrants that make it. Eyeballs are center. And it's good for like the hunting room, in your house, or the bedroom, or the kitchen. This is Renee Trevino, and Renee does a lot of stuff that like kind of deals with Mexican heritage and West and such. So you have this, kind of the saguaro cactuses or whatever they are, and the sun being this medallion from Aztec, I guess, or Mayan architecture. Just repeated over and over again. And you can always do a variation of this where you eliminate some of the suns. And you could do just rows of landscape with a single sun. This pattern's by Dawn Bendick, who's an artist who lived in Baltimore a good bit, but now lives in New Jersey. And she's, what it is the World Trade Center floor plan. So, elevator banks, I think, and I don't know exactly, but it's New York World Trade Center, and it's just kind of like repeated over and over again. And it's actually really nice in that the like super subtle like white spaces become really nice in it. And these are actually really difficult when you have these like really subtle little white gaps, and you got to figure out where to like trim it exactly, because Xeroxing is an incredibly inexact art, and cutting Xeroxes by hand is also incredibly inexact. This pattern's by Liz Enns, and it's the dinosaurs eating cars theme, and it's the only one in here that's also laid on a diagonal, except for the Rambo, but that's a different kind of thing again. Where the actual corner, this piece goes here, and then this one, is here. So you're laying it with this like drop descending pattern, which then creates this like descending kind of like tone. Also, it's that kind of like little patterning detail. The shape of the shoe.